My name is Amos Benjamin, and I am the operations lead at the Clean Cities project. So basically, what is happening here is that I am departing for the Conference of Youth in Belém, Brazil, which will happen on the 6th to 8th November. Then after, I'll proceed to the Conference of Parties on Climate Change, also known as the COP30 in Brazil as well. So as you might have known that the Clean Cities project was the ELCO focal point. They were the organizers of ELCO in Malawi, which have gathered the inputs and the demands of young people in Malawi on climate change. So my humble duty is to deliver these inputs and also the demands on the world stage. Good question. Yeah, so when I talked about hosting the local conference of youth, the basic or the main output was the National Youth Statement, which is a message in a document which Malawian young people are demanding or calling for, not only domestically but also internationally. So this Malawi National Youth Statement, which Malawians here have developed in consultation with even also our stakeholders and even each and every group, marginalized communities, the young people themselves, talking about the children. They have decided in a number of ways, most importantly when we talk about climate action. So the Management Youth Statement is mostly like categorized into three main themes. The first one is on climate adaptation, climate finance, and also loss and damage. They've also touched a bit on the youth governance as it is in Malawi and how best we can do it moving forward. In the Malawi National Youth Statement, I would just pick a single, a couple of demands from the main theme, which I could choose on the climate finance. The biggest message which we have is that here in Malawi, we are the least polluters in terms of climate change, but we face huge impacts towards climate change. So we are calling on, these countries, the rich countries who are significantly contributing towards climate change, to be, giving out, the money which they have promised us to give. So this is a part of climate finance. So basically, for us as young people, we know that, you might even ask me, ideally, we tend to live longer than the older people. So we tend to face the climate change impacts in the long run than the older people. So basically, we are calling for, a specific climate finance fund that could actually fund the ideas and also the innovations by the young people. Young people in Malawi are so innovative and they have different ideas which just need funding. So we are calling for the money which comes from the international organizations or the rich countries to also be directed to the young people themselves here in Malawi. It feels awesome, honestly. Talking about personally, I never imagined I could reach this level, representing Malawi on a global scale. So it feels awesome, And also like on a similar note, I'm also carrying a huge weight on my back because I'm carrying the Malawian National Youth Statement. So it feels awesome, and of course I can't wait to be there. And also, I'm not going there for me. I'm going there for Malawi. I'm going there for young people. Biggest hope from this conference is, I have to say, is on the climate financing facility, as I've said already. So, there are a couple of demands which the previous COP have addressed. Talking about, the big countries, I should say, the rich countries have kept on promising to give, poor countries in terms of funding, but it just doesn't stays there. It doesn't even, go up that far. So when you go to the Conference of Parties, as for me, as a young person, first of all, at the Conference of Youth, we develop a global statement whereby we articulate all these issues of climate financing, which are, targeting the young people. And now at the main conference, the COP, we are indeed, that has been always our main position, calling on these rich countries to keep their promises, because they promised to fund us money. So they have to keep these promises, not just keep, but implement the promises which they have made.
Here we are on the group stage.